Hello, hey guys, it's me, Morgan. This is directed towards Amberlynn and about Amberlynn. When I found out that she was claiming to be bipolar, I was disgusted. I mean, OCD, bipolar, post traumatic stress disorder. I mean, just disgusted. She went to 3 appointments with this psychiatrist, and now she has OCD, post traumatic stress disorder, and bipolar. For one, it took me years to get diagnosed with bipolar. I was in and out of mental institutions most of my life. And by the time I was 25, they diagnosed me with bipolar. Of course, I was in denial, didn't want to believe them, so I stayed unmedicated. And during that time, on my manic episodes, I would do the most insane things, just crazy insane things. I thought I was a princess. I would spend money like I was a millionaire. I married 7 men. 7 men. One of them I didn't even know. I tried to get it annulled, but he wouldn't annul it. So, like a dumbass, I stayed married to him for 2 years until I finally divorced him. I'd end up in cities that I didn't even know how I got there. I'd come home from New York, LA, just different cities, and I would have new clothes, purses, makeup, money. Didn't know how I acquired it, didn't know what was going on. I was delusional. I lost touch with reality. I was 116 pounds. I was on the go 24/7 unless I was depressed. When I was depressed, I was in bed, could not get out. Only time I would get out of bed was to commit suicide or try to commit suicide. And when I say I tried to commit suicide, I tried. I purposely walked out in front of a car going 45 miles an hour, and no one thought I would live. No one. I have rods in both my legs. My back was broken in multiple places. I broke every rib in my body. I had brain surgery. I was in a coma. I was on life support for 3.5 weeks. I had to learn to do everything all over again. And one thing that haunts me is when they brought me back, because I did die, and when they brought me back, I lifted my leg, and it was hanging off by just some thin, it looked like thin skin. It was just barely hanging on my body. So I just went back unconscious because my brain injury was so severe that I didn't want to be conscious. I didn't want to see what I had done to myself. I didn't tell anyone except my husband that I walked out in front of that car on purpose. He knew I did. But I didn't tell anyone else that I did that on purpose. That was during my depressives, when I was depressed. I took a gun, put it to my head, and pulled the trigger. By the grace of God, the bullet did not fire off. I did a test shoot to see if the gun would fire, and it did. The first time I shot the gun, it did fire. But the second time when I put it to my head and pulled the trigger, it did nothing by the grace of God. Now, the last 4 years of my life, I have been completely stable. I see my psychiatrist, I see my counselor, and I take my Latuda, which is my bipolar medication, every night after I eat. The only drawback is it causes you to want to eat, and it causes you to gain weight. So I went from 116 or 125 pounds to 200 pounds. So that's not fun. I used to be a model, and by looking at me now, you couldn't tell I used to be a model. I mean, I'm 46. I'm getting old, and I just don't take care of myself the way I used to, and I've gained a lot of weight. And that changes your appearance of your face. But, Amberlynn, you are not bipolar. You are too fat to be bipolar. People who are bipolar and manic are on the go constantly. And it can last anywhere up to a month. You can be manic for a month. You can be depressed. You can be so depressed that you don't get out of bed for 5 to 6 months. I have been watching your videos for a long time, and I have not one time seen anything on your videos that makes me believe that you are bipolar. I believe you're lazy. I believe you're fat. And of course I would be depressed if I was your weight. I would be very depressed. So you just need to go to the psychiatrist and explain to them that you have a binge eating disorder and tell the truth. You are not bipolar. You are not. And you damn sure don't have OCD. OCD, I have it. And you don't. You're filthy. I don't even believe that you shower every day or every other 3 or 4 or 5 days. You're too fat to get into the shower. That's just a fact. You're just too fat. You can barely squeeze into the car, let alone take a shower. You can't tie your shoes. That's why you wear flats. I mean, you're 28 years old. When I was 28 years old, I weighed 110 pounds, 116, something like that. I was flying all over the world, modeling, and here you are coloring in your coloring book and pretending to be an author. You are not an author. You have stacks and stacks and stacks of journals that I don't know what the hell you're planning to do with, because you don't know how to write. You don't. Have you ever taken a writing class? Have you ever done anything like that? You don't know how to write. You're not a writer. Girl, you anger me. You have angered everyone with mental disorders. Everyone that has a mental disorder is pissed off right now because you're using bipolar as a crutch, as an excuse for why you're so fat. It is disgusting. Go find another reason. Go find some other reason. And by the way, quit using the scooters at Walmart, the mobility scooters. My husband happens to be 72 years old, and he is a Vietnam vet, and he has a brain tumor. And when we go to Walmart, all the scooters are gone. He has trouble walking. They're gone because of fat, lazy, young, fat, lazy people like you who don't want to walk And that's why you're in the situation you're in, because you're so lazy you don't want to walk. I'm not extraordinary thin anymore, but I damn sure am not anywhere near your weight. Nowhere near your weight. And I plan on losing 50 pounds, and you're my inspiration. Because when I watch your videos, you make me want to lose weight. You make me want to get up and exercise and go on a diet and lose the weight. If I lose 50 pounds, I'll be 140 pounds. So, well, no, I'll be 150 pounds. But you disgust me. You really do. You really disgust me. And I'm very, very angry. I have made 4 videos now tonight because I keep forgetting to add things in. Like, I was on life support. I was in a coma. I have rods in both my legs. And I've tried multiple times to kill myself. I've had my stomach pumped so many times, I can't even remember how many times I've had my stomach pumped. I didn't want to die. I wanted the cycle of bipolar to stop. That's all I wanted. I just wanted it to stop. I wanted it to end. Have you ever tried to kill yourself, Amberlynn? Have you? I doubt it. Because you told me that you took pills. You don't even like to take pills. So I sincerely doubt that you would have the bravery, which I'm not saying it's brave to kill yourself, but I'm just saying that I doubt seriously that you would ever try to kill yourself. I sincerely doubt it. You seem like a wuss to me. I'm not telling you to kill yourself. By all means, do not try to kill yourself. I'm just saying that when you're bipolar, you go through ups and downs that are horrible. They're nightmarish, and all you want it to do is end. So, you're not bipolar. You went to a psychiatrist, 3, 4, 5 times? And she diagnosed you with bipolar? Well, 1, you have to be in a mental institution a couple of times, at least 2 or 3 times, for them to watch you, to observe you, to see how you behave during your episodes before they can truly diagnose you with bipolar. If you are bipolar, I apologize. But I sincerely doubt you're bipolar. I think you went to a quack doctor who saw you a few times and threw the bipolar diagnosis out there because that's what you wanted. You wanted another crutch, another reason to say, I'm mental. That's why I'm fat. I'm mental. No. Mental illness does not make you fat. The medicine, yes, it does cause you to gain weight. I will say that. So you're going to really have to watch what you eat if you don't want to gain another 200 pounds. But as far as Becky needs to leave your ass and lose weight and get a real life, because she doesn't have one. And if she stays, all she's going to do is be taking care of you, because you're going to be bedridden. Because all it's going to take is for you to break your ankle or any bone in your body, and you're going to be bedridden. And then when that happens, you are done. You are done. You will gain weight rapidly, and then you're done. And you have no willpower, none whatsoever, none. I've seen you with your Octavia diet. You didn't even make it 2 days. You gave up after 2 days of your Octavia diet. You are pathetic. Well, guys, I've said all I have to say. If I have more to say, there will be a part 4. Amberlynn Reed, don't piss me off. Don't piss off the mental health community by saying that you're bipolar, because that's all you're doing is you're pissing us off, because we do not believe you're bipolar, because it took us a long time to get diagnosed with bipolar. So, you know what? If you are bipolar, I apologize, but I sincerely, sincerely doubt you are, and I would place my life on it that you're not bipolar. I believe you're lazy, I believe you're fat, and I believe you just want a crutch. You want an excuse for why you are the way you are. You're a rotten human being. You are rotten. You accused your ex of raping you when he did not. He did not rape you. That was debunked. Okay, I've said enough. I'll make a part 4. Peace out.